Space Shuttle, this is flight safety. Keep your hands on the handrail or inside the vehicle and remain seated while in motion. You are clear for launch. Have a great flight to Starport 75.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm just not even going to answer that question this show.
All right.
I wouldn't know where to start.
That's fair.
How are you? I mean, let's see how you can answer
Peachy
that. How are you
keen.
doing?
Everything's perfect.
What could be bad?
Over in Communicore NOLA.
Although I got to say, it's a difficult thing to say because it's affecting a lot of people. But aside from the whole economy problem, I'm actually okay with the whole stay-at-home social distancing. Like, there's fewer airplanes in the sky. There's lots of people out riding bikes. It's it's like, I don't know. It's like all the humans woke up, but it's not sustainable. So
No,
somehow we got to get back to real life. But and I'm sure we'll talk about it. But and just I fall very much into the human nature category of, as soon as somebody tells me I can't do something, then that's all I want to do. So while we've gone long stretches without going to the parks before, it hit me, I think 2 days ago, like just a flash of, I don't know what it was, maybe Main Street or something. I'm like, oh man, I like viscerally felt like missing the park. But I will say I am kind of tired because for some reason this is exhausting, all this staying at home. So I have my brand new Coke energy drink, which I saw at the grocery store today. I was wearing my mask and I was running through the store, but I saw these in a special stand, and I'm like, oh, I gotta try this. And I figured, podcast night was the perfect time to do it.
It is, because it's kind of late and
kinda, yeah.
But I'm very interested because I have not found them anywhere. And
oh, really?
Yeah, and
come to Florida.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I enjoy Coke, a lot, and so I'm very interested to find out how this tastes.
Except this kind of, go ahead.
Get any energy from it?
Well, I can't seem to get energy from anything. I'm going to start doing lines of Coke here, real Coke, like cocaine, the real stuff, because I can't get energy from anything else. But the only thing that worries me about this is like the last new Coke, not new Coke, but the last new Coca-Cola product that came out that I was excited for, shortly after you and I were friends. Remember Coke Black?
I do not remember Coke Black.
Really? And I think it was BLAK. Came in like a black and gold
it was like,
bottle.
Coffee in it?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah,
right.
because I quite often, my wife thinks I'm crazy for it, but I have a glass of Coke and a cup of coffee, and I kind of like alternate between them. And so I was so excited about Coke Black because I'm like, it's two of my favorite things together, right? But no, it was horrible. So it didn't last.
Yeah,
but anyway,
that's why it's not around.
That's right, it's not around. But I don't know. Let's see. Let's try a sip. What do you think it's going to taste like? It has guarana, B vitamins, and caffeine.
I think it'll be close to a Coke, but there's going to be some kind of aftertaste.
Oh yeah,
like
this isn't the diet one. I went full bore.
Yeah. But even though that's the full octane.
Let's play a game. This is
okay.
This is how many? This is 12 ounces.
Okay.
Or 355 milliliters for properly measuring folks.
Okay.
How many grams? How many carbs do you think this would have in it?
Well, to try to kill some of the the taste of the guarana and everything else. I'm gonna say they up it.
Carbs total.
Carbs total. Man, I don't know. I would say.
I think a can of Coke has like 25 grams, if I remember right.
Okay, well, this has got to have 2,000.
That was the perfect guess. That's awesome. I'm sorry, 2001. You were off. You were so close. No, 39 grams. That's like almost 39 grams of carbs. And it says on here includes 39 grams I don't even know what this means. It must mean something to somebody. Total sugars 39 grams. So all the carbs are coming from pure sugar. Includes 39 grams added sugars 77%. I don't even know what any of that means, but that sounds really not good for you.
So I know a regular 12-ounce can of Coke has, I think, 140 calories.
Okay.
So how many does this have?
Does
it really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Maybe there's more. It's what here? You got video? Here, where are you? It's right there.
Wow, 140. That's crazy.
How do they do that? It's like magic.
Wow.
Yeah, guarana. Isn't that what bats defecate? Guarana? Guarana? Is that where this COVID thing came from? Was Coke Energy? I think we figured it out. We cracked the case, buddy.
It did just come out.
I think it makes as much sense as many of the other theories floating around out there. You know what? I'm going to start setting cans of Coke Energy on fire, just like the 5G towers.
Oh, God.
You heard about that.
Yeah.
Bunch of apes. We're still just a bunch of apes, man.
Oh, my God.
That's it. But can you listen to podcasts while you do other work?
I cannot.
Man, I can't either.
No, I can't. I listen to them when I'm obviously driving. That's a big one. Or when I'm cutting the grass. That's when I usually go through a bunch of them.
Yep.
Because it takes a while. And I take my time.
My listening has gone way down because I'm not commuting anywhere. So, all right, I'm going to have a taste of this thing.
Okay, all right.
It will do a full study. Like there's some Coke like on the lid because I spilled a bunch. And it looks like Coke. It has that same sort of caramelly color. Mm-hmm. Oh my. It's pretty close.
Is it?
That's not bad.
Really?
It's almost like it's almost kind of like you know how you have a Coke. Here's what I know what it tastes like.
Okay.
Let's say you're at the parks.
Yeah.
Right, I'll bring this back to what we're supposed to be talking about.
All right.
Let's say, it's 2025 and the parks have just reopened.
Okay.
And you go and you get yourself a fountain Coke, and they pour a whole bunch of ice in there.
Okay.
But you get busy, you're doing other things, and the ice melts a little bit, and then you have the Coke, and then it's a little watery, right?
Yes.
That's what this is kind of like. But I got to say, the taste is completely acceptable. It is not like you've had energy drinks of other kinds before, right?
Oh yeah.
Some of them are nasty, right?
Right.
No, this tastes like 80% like a Coke and like 20% like an energy drink.
Okay.
If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But mostly it tastes like just kind of a little watery. It's just a little bit watery than a real Coke. I think they're onto something. I think this was worth COVID to get this. I think it was a good trade-off.
Now, I've heard in what I've read about it, most people tend to like the cherry Coke energy.
I got one of each. I figured I'd start with the plain one.
Yeah.
I could see that because this is actually, which is a little surprising for an energy drink. It's a little bland. Like it doesn't. Yeah. Most of them have like really in your face kind of taste. This is I like it.
Okay. I just need to find some.
You know what? Can I send any? Is that allowed? I'm not sure what I'm allowed to do anymore. Well, next time I go, I'll pick up some extra. Wow. Okay. And it could be a placebo effect, but I feel kind of awake. Got my B vitamins going now.
Nice.
All right. I wish I could send you one like through the YouTubes. Good stuff. All right. Now that is that it? Is that all we're talking about today?
No.
Okay.
It's good that Coke's an official sponsor of Disney World too.
Well, yeah. Not Pepsi. They did something with Pepsi for a while, didn't they?
Well, sure.
What did they do? Remind me. There was like a Pepsi restaurant or something. Right?
Sure. They had both Coke and Pepsi in the Disneyland and Disney World, and Pepsi was one of the original sponsors of It's a Small World in Disneyland. Right. But in Disney World, they sponsored yours and my favorite attraction, the Country Bear Jamboree.
Well, there's just another strike against it right there. I forgot we talked about that.
The Pecos Bills.
Yeah. We did talk about that.
Pepsi there.
Yeah. Gosh, no thanks. I'm so glad it's mostly a Coke sponsorship. I don't know what I would do. Because what I'm trying to say, you've some things you like have a close association with Pepsi. I'll just leave it at that. Have you ever like flirted with being more of a Pepsi drinker than like have you ever tried to force you? Because I know you're very much about the sponsorships, and you're like, well, there's this thing I like, and they're closely tied with the Pepsi, so I should probably be a Pepsi fan. Have you ever tried to propel yourself in that direction?
Kinda. I mean, like, I'll drink a Pepsi every now and then. Now, I will say I like Diet Pepsi better than I like Diet Coke.
Well, but that's like, that's like saying I prefer to eat cat poop versus dog poop.
Now, but I do like Coke Zero better than any of those. Right?
Yeah, okay.
So we're talking about just like diet versus diet, and I know Coke Zero's diet, but still, it's a different flavor. So anyway, so I do like Diet Pepsi better than Diet Coke, but you know what I like is I like the Pepsi logo from the 70s. That the square with the red and blue and the ball in the middle with Pepsi.
Yeah. So I think I mentioned this before, but my grandfather and like multiple of his brothers all worked for Coca-Cola bottling. So I grew up like there's pictures of me. Have I ever showed you that? There's a picture of me, and it's a horrible one because it's from some 126 camera or whatever. My grandmother had gotten some fabric somewhere that's like the Coca-Cola logo and whatever, and I'm in like full. I can find this while we're talking, I think. So like I have this full. I must have been like 4 years old, but I have this full Coca-Cola outfit, and I'm holding a Coke. Like my family was Coke. Like so, the Pepsi logo, that's like the enemy.
Okay. All right,
so
I get
there's
that.
not even close.
And I like it just because it's like the Coke logo is still retro, okay, right? So the script Coke, so they've never really changed too much, but Pepsi has definitely changed, and I think that's why I like seeing that logo now because it reminds me of when I was a kid. Not that I drank Pepsi as a kid because that's all we drank was Coke, but I mean, my mom would bring home 2 liters of Coke. That's what we drank, like. No water or any. I mean, we drank Coke.
God help us.
Yeah, right. And so, anyway, Coke was pretty much the only thing we would drink.
Wow. Yeah, and that's I see these pictures now, and like my kids, like my oldest is 8, whatever. Yeah. I don't know however old he is. I don't know. But like he never has like he doesn't even like it. Yeah. Like we've kept, and not that we're nuts about it, but it was just like, well, he doesn't really need it. And like I see these pictures of me, and I'm like, it was just like it was just normal. Just here, drink some Coke. All right, here we go. You're gonna love this. Are you ready? Here we go. Let me share this with you. I shouldn't. All right, where are you? Where are you over here? All right, you are going to be amazed by this. Now this is 1972-ish. You go. So if you ever wondered why I'm a Coke family, that will answer all of your questions.
Oh, that is absolutely 100% going to be the art for this. That is awesome. I love that.
My grandmother made that.
Seriously.
Oh, you know what I bet this was? Because there's a Coca-Cola truck there. I bet this was a Coke company event of some kind that we went to. I bet that's why I'm so in my regalia. That was my grandfather. So yeah, he worked. It was basically the only job he had until he kind of retired.
Wow, that's awesome.
So there you go. That was me.
That's
my Coke outfit. Yep.
I love that.
Anyway, how do we get on that? Oh yeah, my energy drink. I like this, Glenn. I think you would like this.
I need to find it. I know.
Give you a thumbs up.
I want to find it.
All right. Was that it? What else you want to talk about?
That's it. All right.
My Coca-Cola styling up.
All right. So we are going to keep this, we're going to keep it to one topic. Just, we're not going to talk about, generally, we're not going to talk about the pandemic that's happening. We're not going to talk about, people being furloughed. We're not going to talk about Bob Iger taking back over. We're gonna play a little fantasy game here.
Okay.
So go ahead. You were thinking about the podcast, and you had an idea for a question.
I have a confession. I wasn't actually thinking about the podcast. So I was on Twitter trying not to get angry at where the world was right now, and somebody, you know, as they're doing periodically, I guess people are flying airplanes or helicopters close enough to Disney World, which is kind of close to me, which we go to once in a while. And it was photo of, you know, Magic Kingdom without anybody in it. And I'm like studying it. And I'm like, And my first thought was, and actually this is kind of a pre-question. It's a really short one, so it won't take a lot of debate. I was looking at him like, how much would I pay if I could be, you know, just me and maybe my family, some amount of time in the empty park like that? That's kind of where my thoughts went first. I'm looking at this empty, like, you know, it's just so weird to see, like, not even like nobody there, middle of the day. Yeah. So, like, how much would you pay? Like, if there was a lottery and there was a certain amount of money you had to pay, now no attractions, no, just, you know, we'll let you in. You can go wherever guests can go, any guest area. No, you know, so you can't go like, you know, top of the castle, whatever.
Okay.
How much would you pay for that? Like, where would you top out? Let me try this. This is for you and your family, or just you, depending on if there's been too much togetherness lately. Would you pay $1,000
each, or
no, just for all of you? And this is for this question. This is like for the day. Like, you can from just like a day's worth, like typical park opening to whenever you want it to leave.
But nothing's open? It's just to walk around?
Yeah, just walk around.
Pay $1,000.
So once in a lifetime,
you
would like never
$1,000.
get to.
Yes.
You would never get to do this. Would you pay $5,000?
No.
Okay.
No, I would pay $1,000. So that would be about roughly twice the amount I would pay for one day with everything open and people in it.
I see. Okay.
So yes, I would pay $1,000.
Yeah. I mean, you know, flippantly, I'm like, I'd pay like, you know, $1 million to go to this. Not that I have that, but then, you know, if the chips are on the table, I don't really know. But I think probably like, yeah, I'd probably be in the same range. You know, $2,000. I think just to go do that.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, that's kind of one thing. But here's another thought experiment. Let's say you won a lottery and you got to go spend an hour in any of the parks, any of the Disney parks that are currently deserted. Again, no attractions, no stores, no restaurants, but just you get to wander around or stay in a place, whatever your choice is, for an hour in a park.
Okay.
What would you do? You got an hour. What do you do? Or would you? I guess some people would say I wouldn't even bother. If there's no attractions and there's nobody there, then what's the point? So
okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, so the tough thing is narrowing it down. So I can go in any guest area,
any normal guest area, any park, any land,
and do whatever I wanted.
But it's just it's like you're literally in a park, right? Or a museum if you look at it that way, right? So there's nothing running. You can't go into the attractions. You can't just like go wee and go, you know, run down this Space Mountain track or something.
Yeah. But the music's on.
Let's say, I didn't think about that, but let's say that the atmosphere is there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Man.
Because I mean, how hard is that? They just go flip a switch and the music starts, right? So they can do that for you.
Right. Okay. That's cool. You know, and this is okay. So my initial answer is Magic Kingdom.
Wait, before you okay,
go ahead.
I was going to say before you answer, it doesn't have to be in the park. It could be like, you know, a resort or something as well. I guess, because those are all close too. But you know, so whatever you want.
Man, that does. Oh, man, you throw that in.
Well, it's all part of the resorts, right?
All right. So my initial thought is Magic Kingdom, right? Because like I could go like I remember when I was on the college program, when I was there by living there by myself, you know, before I got married and stuff. I would get a box of popcorn and I would go, you know, on Main Street, you know, you're going towards the castle on the right-hand side. There's a little indention after you pass the jewelers. There's a little flower street.
Yep.
I would go in there and just sit there and eat popcorn and just sit there and watch and look at people, listen to the music on Main Street and, you know, for like an hour or so, you know, just until, because I was there and I could do that. And I didn't have anywhere to go, didn't have anywhere to be. And that's cool. But there's so much else to do. And like now, especially like Hollywood Studios with Galaxy's Edge being open, like I don't know that it's not Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like if I have an hour and like, I think I might go and make a beeline there and just roam around Galaxy's Edge. And I know it could go anywhere else, but I mean, that's kind of, I don't know.
We need your answer, Mr. Welch. We got to plan for this. So what I heard you said, to recap so far. So
yeah, go ahead.
Magic Kingdom, obviously, and that's just touring as much as you could within that hour. Is that what you're saying?
That's the thing. There's so much. Like, so there's so much in the Magic Kingdom. I think I would be overwhelmed for just that hour. Whereas if I went to Hollywood Studios, I could better focus my hour just in Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
So that is my final answer.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's kind of surprising and kind of not. But you know, I kind of went there with Galaxy's Edge too, because like it is kind of I've had the least time to kind of explore that area. Not that it's gigantic, but but you know, I mean, we've been going to Magic Kingdom and Main Street for, you know, decades and decades. And the other reason is that it's so deeply themed that it's almost like an attraction itself. So like if all the other attractions are not running, you're still getting that sort of like extra magic, so to speak, of being immersed in that, right? Yeah. So I kind of went there. My very first thought was, of course, Magic Kingdom, just because, you know.
Sure.
And I thought, you know, I would sit up like at the train station up there, which I've gone to before, and just kind of like being able to bask in that, you know, the beauty that is Main Street leading up to the castle and all that. So, you know, but that's kind of like, you can do that even, you know, when there's people there.
Yeah.
But then I thought, you know what I might do? I might go to Disneyland, because for two reasons. One, I'm less familiar with it. And two, because it is the only park where I could be in if I were by myself and sort of mentally trick myself that I could feel a little bit like Walt, like in the park before it kind of opened, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Before it was being built and stuff. So just for sort of the historical importance of that kind of thing. But yeah, so those were kind of my three that I came down to. If I had to pick, I'd probably wimp out and go with Magic Kingdom, just because I don't know. Like I'd worry in retrospect, like I missed out on that opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And probably just hang on Main Street. I can't think of anywhere else in Magic Kingdom that I would really go, other than like from Town Square to the Hub. Like I would probably just hang out in those places. I don't know. And then I wonder, well, what do you think about this? Because then I'm kind of imagining this in my little thought process. And I'm like, what if it's actually terrible? Like just being there by yourself.
Yeah.
Like as part of the charm of the Magic Kingdom. Because I like it when it's not crowded.
Sure.
But like you mentioned when you're in the college program and you kind of sit there and people watch, those were some of the best times. And it was more so my wife and I had when it was just the two of us and we had the time to do it, but just kind of hang out and people watch. And I wonder if it'd be too dead feeling without anybody else there.
Right. Well, and so that's kind of, you're absolutely right, because I think it needs that energy, and I wouldn't want to ruin it by, you know, it would be so cool to be there by yourself just to walk around, but does it eat into that whole magic? Where in Hollywood Studios, Galaxy's Edge, it's, you know, it's new, like you said, it's you haven't really explored it that much. It's not, you know, it sounds weird, but it's not really Disney World, you know.
Yep.
So it's very specific, and if it, you know, if it does feel weird, it's like, okay, well, I'm not losing any. Like, okay, like it didn't ruin anything else for me, you know, for the future. It kind of, to my logic, when I was picking a role for the college program, I did not want to work in the parks because I did not want to ruin the magic that I had going to. I wanted to be able to go to the parks and enjoy it and not know anything. And so that's why I wanted to work on the resorts. So I'm very I'm very protective of the Magic Kingdom and that whole, like I want to keep it magic. I want to keep it the unknown.
Okay. All right, so your final answer would be Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I think, well, Hollywood Studios, but yeah, I would tend toward.
Okay, it would take you an hour just to walk over there. So
yeah, right. I know. Ooh.
Huh. Okay. Well, that wasn't as difficult as I thought. But it was just weird that at first I'm like, I thought it would be kind of cool. It would still be cool from just a once in a lifetime thing. Like how many people would be able to say that?
Well, yeah.
But in the end, I don't know.
Like if they tell me, "Hey, Glenn, you can have an hour, but it's Animal Kingdom." Guess what? I would go.
Would you really?
I would still go. Hell yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Just because.
Yeah. I mean, if that's the only option, then okay. But if I have to pick, it's like, oh wow, that's a big choice.
You know what surprised me was like I would think about Epcot and I realized like there's really no like Epcot never feels that crowded for the most part. Yeah. That I never feel like there doesn't seem to be any benefit of being in there without people in there.
Well, and so that's a very good question. What Epcot? Is it the Epcot as of April 2020?
Well, yeah, of course. No, it's right now it's a construction zone. So
that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I didn't even enter into my decision because it's all under construction and I don't want to go see construction walls.
Yeah, you can see Go Away Green to your heart's content. Actually, it's Go Away Black, I guess.
Well, it is. So yeah, Epcot was not even in the running.
All right, so let's play another game.
Okay.
This is and I didn't prep you with this one, but let's pretend. How do I tee this up? Let's pretend now you get an hour, and you get to go. You can go any sort of backstage area, run any attraction you want to do, drive a monorail. Like anything you want. It's like, you're Willy Wonka and you just get to do whatever. Then what do you do?
Oh, that's Magic Kingdom 100%.
Okay.
Because there's so much backstage in the utilidors, everything.
Which you've been in, right? I don't remember if we talked about it. You've been down the utilidors.
I used to get my haircut in the utilidors down there.
That's right. Actually, we've been down there together. We did that tour that one time.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I forgot about that. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I would if I could do that. I would. I want to go up to the top of the castle where Tinkerbell gets shoved out of, just for the view, because how many people get to see that? And I've seen the bootleg pictures from up there, but that'd be kind of cool. I think what I love most about those photos I've seen is the all the sort of graffiti and autographs and notes that are up there from people that have been up there all those years. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. They did that they do it in many, many, many places, but the Matterhorn, they do that. But they did it at the Great Movie Ride. All of the all of the cast members who were part of the the tour guides, whatever you want to call them, they all signed.
Oh, neat! I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they did it. I think back where they would go between Indiana Jones and the gangster scene, where they go, or the Western scene, how they disappear and then they come back.
Right.
So I think in that hallway is where they did it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
But it's not there anymore. They took it out.
All right. And if I got to do anything, I think I would want to drive a monorail, just because. Well, I mean, I guess you could get a job doing that, so you're not really. But I would never do that.
I mean, they'd be kind of cool, I guess, but.
Wee! You could just do that. Wee!
Yeah.
I don't know. Trying to think if there's anything else I'm kind of overlooking. You could drive a Jungle Cruise boat, but I guess you could have done that as a cast member. So how exciting is that? Yeah, I heard those utilidors, they kind of stink, right? There's a lot of condensation and leaking pipes and things. It's terrible.
It's definitely not it's not show worthy.
Yeah, well, it's not intended to be.
No.
Huh.
The other if the Polynesian is closed, it would be really cool to go there, and because that is one place that it's supposed to be like an island, right? And it would be kind of cool to go there. You could go on the beach, They have some cool pools there. And you can see Magic Kingdom in the distance, right? So that'd be kind of cool to relax and
like on the patios of one of those what do they call those little huts?
Oh,
what do they call those?
Is it a bungalow or
bungalow? There you
whatever
go.
it is.
Yeah. No,
that's true. I forgot about those.
That'd be kind of cool. Kind of hang out there.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'm trying to think anything else. I think that's it. Hey, you mentioned a great movie ride. I don't think we've talked since it opened. Have you heard any? I think it barely opened before they had to shut everything down. But the new Mickey Mini ride.
It opened like a week before they closed everything down. But I'm intentionally not.
Oh, okay. That's not like you.
I'm trying to avoid any video with referring to the Mickey's Runaway Railway or Rise of the Resistance.
I haven't intentionally done that for the Mickey ride, but for Rise of the Resistance for sure.
Yeah, for both. I haven't seen. I've just seen glimpses here and there, and if a video has it, like it's like whoop, I turn it off.
Maybe that would be my choice if to go see Rise of the Resistance, because that might be my only shot is to win a golden ticket in the middle of a pandemic. Still haven't been there, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's starting to get to me. Like at first I was like, we go a long time without going to the parks. But in the last few days, it's really, I miss having that as an option.
Yeah.
But where's all the VR? VR would really help with all this.
Do you know
VR everything?
Well, I was going to. I actually had that thought a few weeks ago that, somebody out there in Disney Fantasyland had put together a pretty realistic idea of. I actually thought it was by the Disney company of having all of the retired attractions in VR form that you could pay.
Oh yeah, I think we talked about this. Yeah,
yeah, and it was such a good website and such a good idea that it was like it looked like it was a Disney idea. But I actually thought about it. I'm like, well, what if they had that and it was a subscription service or whatever, and at least they would have some money coming in, and you could go and experience the Disney World and the rides and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd pay.
Of course. I would too.
Bob, call us. We can set that up. We can make that happen. Yep. I don't know. There's a lot of this and I don't hear anybody talk about it, but like education, there's lots of ways that the VR could, if we had another situation like this, VR could use to great effect.
Yep.
If the, if the tech was a little further along. So, but anyway, all right. Well, it's going to happen. It's going to open up before some point. We'll see how many of these shows before.
I do feel bad for all the cast members.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm really kind of not just me, but everybody's kind of holding their breath for. It's like because it's actually starts tomorrow, right? Furlough for all the employees at Disney World.
Yeah. So
we'll start to see what the ramifications of that are.
It's got to be huge, man.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll get through it. We'll all get through it. We can do it, man.
Yeah.
Separately, together.
That's right.
All right. This just in. I don't know if you can get Amazon Fresh where you live, but they have a Coke energy drink.
Nice.
Yeah, but you know what? 17 ratings, and it only has like a 3-star review. I disagree with all these people.
Uh-oh.
It's very polarized. It's like
no, I'm sure. What?
Well, like what
kidding?
What isn't today? But overall, 37% gave it 5-star, and only 24% gave it a 1-star. So 3.2. Yeah, you have to say it. But do you get Amazon Fresh where you're at?
I doubt it.
Oh, really? Why?
Because
Mafia.
It's New Orleans.
New Orleans Mafia.
Yeah, I mean, I
Keeping
don't know.
It shut down.
Let's see. Amazon. I don't even.
Fresh.amazon.com. We've been using them a lot. They're great. Just because we can't find everything at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Disney can't open until there's enough toilet paper in the world. Like, they need that.
Yeah, Amazon Fresh is not available for this location.
Oh, well. I tried. I tried. You can go look at your Russos or whatever you got over there.
Yeah, I'm done with them.
All right, well, it's wearing off now. I'm having a big crash, so I got to go.
All right.
All right, well, this was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, talk about the end of times. All right, man. We should. It's been a while since we met because of all this craziness. Let's get back together soon.
Sounds good.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Starport 75. Follow Chris on Twitter and Instagram at CBGray, and Glenn on Twitter and Instagram at DizWiz. Follow the show on Twitter and Facebook at Starport75 and Instagram at TheStarport75. For all things related to the show, including show notes and links to connect with us, visit us at starport75.com.